on, let's get going.
That was awesome. Went like clockwork, man.
Say that after we got our hands on the gold.
Maybe we should have brought the guard with us.
He wasn't in much shape to travel. We're in. Look at that. All the goodies.
Manager con cuidado. I think that's Mexican. You know, I always thought the mummies came from Egypt. I mean, who knew they had mummies in Mexico?
It's not Mexican, dumbass. It's Incan.
Where's Inca?
It's what they used to call Mexico before the Mexicans invaded. Come on.
What the hell's this? Where's all the gold?
Brochures said the Incans hid the goodies inside the bundle. Oh. What did I tell you?
Sweet.
Well, we're just getting started. Get these other boxes open.
Ron? This is just all a mistake, right? I mean, we just opened the wrong box.
Wendell, I need you. Serve me, and you will live.
You made a mistake entering my home. Who are you?
Dead!
That's not a bad dream. That's a full-on nightmare. But you know what? I used to have a recurring nightmare when I was in the academy. I used to dream that my bedroom was full of snakes.
Interesting.
One word about Freud, and I'm going to put a stake in your heart.
Vicky, what I'm trying to tell you is it's not the specifics of the dream that are disturbing. It's the fact that I dreamt at all. From sunrise to sunset, for all intents and purposes, I'm dead.
Well, something has to be different. Could it have been someone you ate?
I'm afraid it might be something much more serious than that. Because a vampire's life isn't natural, neither is our death. Because we live so long, we can sense when we're going to die.
What are you saying? You know when it's your time?
Assuming nobody puts a stake through our hearts, we decide when to go. Like the Inuit elders, they would leave their families and walk out onto an ice floe.
Yeah, but Henry, you don't have a death wish.
No? I keep working with you.
I'm pretty sure there's another explanation. All right, I'm going to find out what it is, and we'll stop this.
I'll kick you the file when we're done.
Hold up, squad's thrilled to see us.
Yeah, it seems we stepped on some toes. I think the guys that did this are good for a string of jackings.
Yeah, well, when the bad guys graduate to murder, it's our job. No wonder Egyptian mummies get all the press. No diamond-covered sarcophagus, no gold jewelry.
Nothing they left anyway.
I'm gonna see if they were able to lift any prints off the truck.
Yeah. Can I get forensics over here?
What have you got?
I want the coroner to take a look at this.
I think it's been a couple thousand years since it's been on our watch.
Make sure we get a workup of the neck area here, okay, guys? And get a tissue, sir. Hey, hey!
To see the sun in the dream symbolizes peace of mind, enlightenment, tranquility, fortune, goodwill, and insight. It is a good omen to have the sun shining in your dream.
I'm a vampire.
Right. Bad omen. Maybe it's about you missing the sun.
Which still wouldn't explain why I'm dreaming in the first place.
You know what? I don't think we're gonna find the answer in a dream book.
Well, I've got some stuff on sundials.
Yeah, but what if it's not about the sun? You know, you said you saw a guy in the dream. What did he look like?
He was big. He wore vestments of some kind, I guess. And he had a headband that looked like that.
So pretty good details for somebody who didn't see anything. Maybe it's Mayan or Aztec.
No, it's too primitive. I think it's Incan. Who knew Professor McAllister's Mesoamerican history would be good for something other than picking up boys?
Maybe he's trying to warn you.
No, he's a threat. Vicky, I think he might be real. I don't think this is something you can help me with.
Henry, I am not gonna let you die over something you saw in a dream.
Good. Each one gives me more life. More awareness.
You can't keep doing this. I mean, people are gonna notice.
I need more.
Like the mummy in the movie?
To regain what I had, I need a special kind of soul. I sense one in this place.
Oh, yeah, who is it?
An undying one like myself.
Another mummy?
Night Walker. Once I get its Aya, no power on Earth will stop me.
Oh, good.
The amulet, where is it?
What?
The amulet that imprisoned me. I want it.
Oh, yeah. The real one said that was his. You know, he must have stashed it before you did the thing. So I wouldn't know where.
Give it to me.
Okay, all right. You know what? Screw you. All right, I'm walking. Look, no. You try to stop me and get in my way. I'm gonna use this.
And how do you intend to do that, Wendell? What you feel is 5 years being taken from you. You want to try for 10? I forgive you, Wendell, because you're going to make it all better. It's finished. Nothing can stop me now. This dwelling of yours, it's not suitable for my return. I need something a little more elegant. Something with internet.
I got a problem.
Yeah, well, if you keep picking it, it's never gonna heal.
No, this is your kind of problem. And it's gonna hit 11 on the freak dial, even by your standards.
Really? Well, because you see, the last 10 hours of my life have been all about my vampire partner having nightmares of burning alive in the sun.
Yeah, okay, you're still up there, but listen to this. I found a dead guy who looks to be around 1,000 years old. Thing is, he's got a tattoo that he probably got in the last 10.
Last time I checked, there wasn't much business in doing ink on dead folks.
It's a spiderweb design. Same kind that the Regent Park Titans wear. He's one of the guys that hijacked that mummy on its way to the museum. Problem is, I didn't find a mummy.
And you think the mummy has something to do with it?
What else am I gonna think these days?
Was the mummy Incan?
How the hell did you know that?
The guy in Henry's nightmares is Incan.
Okay, look, it's not bad enough that Half of the unsolved crimes in the city happen to have some kind of supernatural element to them, but you two have to be personally connected to all of them.
I know. Would you mind talking to someone about this? Because it's getting a little old for me.
So why does an Incan mummy go AWOL?
I'm already on it. Way I see it, it's a classic. It has to be a curse. Like in the movies. Somebody took the wrong thing from the wrong tomb, or it's looking for its lost lover, and all of a sudden its mummy's gone wild.
Okay, before I go about sending a citywide alert for some guy lurching around covered in bandages, I'd really like to assess our other options first, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Okay, why don't you give me a list of any of the Titan members that fit the general description, and I'll run them down for you.
Way ahead of you.
Thank you for doing this. If this thing has come back, what the hell does it want?
That's a Henry question.
Great. Okay, where are we at?
The show's on loan from a museum in Peru. I got the catalog. What is it with museums and urns? Who gets a kick out of looking at urns?
Hey, don't ask me. I always went straight to the dinosaurs. So what are we checking?
I've been through the manifest 5 times. There are 2 crates full of gold and silver masks, coins, pearls, statues, and nothing's missing.
Yeah, well, except for the mummy that forensics vaporized.
These guys make a clean getaway and then abandon the swag in a rented garage.
Maybe. You know, from the way that the wrappings were pulled apart on the mummy bundle, what they were looking for was inside.
Well, the paperwork says it's a relatively new find. According to the museum, the only things that might have been valuable were a ring and a necklace. But I don't see how they could be precious enough to give up on everything else.
Well, maybe the thieves got an eyeful of the guy inside and they they panicked and took off.
Maybe. Maybe there was something in that crate that wasn't on the books. It was from Peru.
No, I already checked that out. Drug squad came up with nothing. You find out anything on the guy who rented the garage?
The owner was paid cash. His description was illuminating. Some guy with dark hair.
Beautiful.
There's gotta be something more to it that we're just not seeing. Something outside the box.
Yeah, something like that.
Bingo. Hey, Mike, it's me. Yeah, I was running down that list of gang members you gave me, and I've got a hit. I think I found your mummy thief.
You have a fine home. I'll be happy here. Nice trees, double garage.
An ancient gold amulet, and no one reports it missing.
Curator didn't want to say anything until he called Peru, said if it got in the papers, it would be a thing.
And now?
It's a thing.
Well, at least we got the name of the guy you dusted. It's Ron Newbury. He rented the garage. Here's your receipt. I found it in the trash.
Do we know who he's working with?
No, there was nothing in the trailer. Unless that corpse you found had a daytimer on it, we're out of luck. You'll have to pull his phone record, see who he's talking to.
Did you used to be a cop, or is that just my imagination? Because
I'm telling you, sometimes not being one is very liberating. You know how long it would have taken me to get a warrant for that?
Vicky,
This is worse than we thought. The guy who used to reside in that mummy bundle, he used to be a priest who wanted to take over the throne of Cuzco.
See what happens when you mix religion and politics?
He ran the temple of Huiracocha, the Incan creator. Now he names himself Pachacamac, another name for the creator or the sun god.
Yeah, no self-esteem issues there.
Oh, we're just getting started. Because then Pachacamac decides he wants more power, so he switches teams to worship Supe, the god of death.
great. You know, for once, why can't we just have a god of, oh, I don't know, let's say fluffy bunnies and long walks holding hands?
Apparently the guy's super charismatic. Suddenly we have this whole cult following Supe, raping and killing as worship. That's when he decides to take over the kingdom. Supe promises to help Pachacamac by turning day into night so that he and his followers can invade. So day turns to night, Pachacamac makes his move.
And becomes king.
Not quite. The blackout, it turns out to just be an eclipse. So as soon as the lights come back up, Pachacamac and his cult are captured, his followers tossed off the side of a mountain, sacrificed to Viracocha.
So why didn't they just toss him over as well?
They did. They went on Rasputin. Everything they did. Nothing would kill him.
Yeah, when you're friends with a god of death, you get a get out of hell free card.
Okay, wait a second. If he didn't die, then who's wrapped up in that mummy bundle?
I said he didn't die. I didn't say they didn't bury him.
They buried him alive?
And they kept his ayah, bound in a mystic talisman.
Which is what this thing is.
Right. When your thieves took it off of him, they woke Pachacamac up.
If this is true, and there is a mummy walking around out there, again, what the hell does it want?
Well, I'm thinking death and power are the top of its list. My question is, how do we stop him?
I can dig up what I can on the amulet.
What, like somebody left instructions for you?
Well, if Henry's dreaming about him, they have some kind of connection. So I think Henry's our best source to lead us to Pachacamac.
You think you can find him through his dreams?
According to Henry, Pachacamac wants to find him.
So much power to kill, so many offered up. This is good. I understand why Shipei has awakened me. The world is ready.
Good. So, yeah, I guess you don't need me anymore. Can I go now? Because...
I need you, Wendell. I need many more. They will come. Their death will be glorious. Henry. What are you? I need you. Oh, it's just a dream. No, not a dream. Fitzroy. Henry Fitzroy. I will find him, and my life will be forever.
Did we have a day?
In your dreams, it happened again, didn't it?
I saw him.
The Incan guy in your apartment.
Whatever's happening to me, it's building.
Henry, I don't think this is a dream. And I don't think it's some kind of vampire death wish. I think this person is real. An Incan mummy went missing, and I think it's revived itself.
He wants my memories. He wants my power. He wants my soul.
Good.
That's not the first word that came to my mind.
No, if there's some kind of connection between the two of you, then that is how we'll flesh him out.
Well, that's not a problem. He wants me. He knows my name.
All right, then the next time you dream, you were going to control this. You're going to communicate with him. You are going to find him.
And how am I supposed to do that? I haven't dreamt in 5 centuries.
It's happening in your head, isn't it? You have to find a way to guide it.
When we find him, I get the first crack. If this Pachacamac is real, he'll find out who's the wolf and who's the lamb.
Pachacamac's not just a mummy. He's a friggin' sorcerer.
And you ask why I hate magic.
What if he's coming to you in your dreams because he can't find you and he's trying to draw you out?
Then I'll give him his fondest desires. And I'll tear his throat up for him.
Oh, please, do not go all vampire macho on me. If he can hurt you in your dreams, imagine what he can do to you in person. Henry, he serves their god of death.
He'll die just like everybody else.
He doesn't. That's the point. He wants your life force. And if you go out there, you'll be handing it to him on a silver platter. You'll just be making him stronger.
There's no other way. Okay. What's your suggestion?
I don't know how to stop him yet. But I want to keep you under wraps during the daytime.
You want to guard me?
I'll catch some shut-eye too. Nice thing about vampire sleep is you don't snore. Listen, I'll be back by dawn. Please do not leave here.
I guess I'll have to order dinner in tonight.
No, Fitzroy. Yeah, Henry, is he in? No,
Where is he?
I don't know, he must have an unlisted number or something. Man, I'm a thief, okay? I'm not a PI. You want me to rip off his stereo? I'm the guy.
An eye like his cannot be hidden. There will be signs. Even if he wishes anonymity, he will be known. Now run off like a good little thief and find him.
Okay.
All right, well, thanks for the heads up. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
So you want to tell me why we're running a Ron Newberry?
Is that my caffeine fix?
Tell me where you got the lead.
Anonymous tip.
Anonymous. Spelled B.
I do have other sources, you know.
You used to have other sources. But then you stopped being a detective and turned into Vicky's guy on the inside.
Oh, really? Well, is that the insight that got you bumped up to detective? Well, it's truly amazing. Truly.
You're shutting me out. Vicky knows things about my own cases that you won't even tell me.
Come on, Kate.
If you don't want to work with me, fine. But I can't keep covering your back if you don't have mine.
Hey, listen to me. This tip is good, okay? You want to help me run this guy or not?
And it leads us where?
Suspected associate on a similar heist. A perennial loser named Wendell Bauer. All right. You're cranky this morning, aren't you? Since when do I take double cream?
You want me to shoot you?
I'm just saying.
Guessing it's not an open house.
Wendell Bauer? Police! Bathroom.
Looks like someone left in a hurry. You think he saw us from the window?
Yeah, could be. Damn it.
You found anything?
No, nothing.
Mike.
Yeah.
You so owe me.
Why? Is it supposed to be this dull?
Since when are you an art collector? We found it. We know this Newberry's a bad guy.
Score one for the good guys, huh?
You betcha. I guess you can thank Anonymous for me.
Yeah, sure.
Mike, where have you been? I've been trying to get a hold of you for hours.
We found Bauer's place. There was another body there. A woman.
What about Wendell and the mummy?
Gone. Vicky, you're not hearing me. Another person is dead.
Mike, I hear you, okay? And Henry's gonna be next. That's why we have to stop him.
All right. One more thing. Found the amulet.
But if Pachacamac had it, why would he leave it behind?
You said it was supposed to be made out of gold, but I think they did something to it. Vic? You still there?
Yeah. Listen, I'll call you back if I find anything.
Yeah.
Well, got a lead?
You don't suppose the Incans made a backup amulet, do you? It's toast.
But it was the only thing that kept Pachacamac dead. Ish.
No, I don't think so. The amulet's just an object. It's magic that's controlling him. So what we have to do is find that magic. It's still out there. We just have to find a way to channel it.
So all we need is someone who's a powerful magician and a grimoire to work a spell from.
My marks have power. And I know someone who has a grimoire.
No, it's way too dangerous.
Do you think I want to? Pachacamac has already killed 2 people.
Henry will kill you if he finds out you're doing magic.
And he'll die if I don't. I'm willing to take the risk.
So Corinne's babysitting me now. You have a heart murmur.
Since I was a kid.
Nothing to worry about.
Great. Vampire MD, I can see primetime possibilities now.
I could smell you, too. But for some reason, nobody ever likes when I say that. You guys don't have to do this.
I can handle myself.
Yes, the taser is very effective against evil sorcerer types.
And I've got Mike and Vicky on speed dial.
I feel safer already.
Look, Henry, she doesn't have to handle anything. You just need to stay put. With the blinds drawn and the doors locked.
Exactly.
Exactly. Do you know where he is?
I have some leads.
And what are you gonna do when you find him?
Whatever it takes.
I've looked after myself for a long time, Vicky. I'm not gonna run from a bad dream. When I wake up, I'm going hunting.
I can handle it. I have to handle it.
And you accuse me of being macho.
It's just ever since I was marked, I have been drawing evil to this city. To the people I care most about. I'm not gonna let this guy take your soul.
I've lived a long time, Vicky.
Yeah. You don't want to miss your 500th birthday, do you? I just want to see you blow out the candles.
Don't do anything stupid.
Henry. Sweet dreams.
He's got the Necronomicon. And one of the books of blood. Who knew these were real?
Corinne, we only have a few hours, okay? So I need you to find whatever spell will protect souls.
Well, if it exists, it's gonna be in one of these.
All right. I have to go. But if anyone tries to get in here...
I'll call. Are you sure you're okay with this?
I have to be. Oh, and first rule of babysitting, no boys.
I found your immortal super guy.
Where?
I don't know yet, but I know what he does.
Then you haven't found him.
The dude draws comics. Huh? I mean, I would have thought that a vampire would have been like a prince or something, but he draws these horror comics.
Good work. Only one thing. They're called graphic novels.
You get Crowley'd?
I wish. No, I destroyed evidence.
What kind of evidence?
Back at Bauer's apartment. A mummified body, that woman that I called you about? Kate was gonna see it, and I thought, how the hell am I gonna explain this? So I turned it to dust.
I know it's hard, Mike. You did the right thing.
No, Vicky. I did what you would do. I'm a cop. Cops don't destroy evidence.
Yeah. But this doesn't sound like something that the courts would find admissible, however.
Yeah, and when exactly did that become my call? Tell me that. Huh? You know, I never crossed the line before you got involved with Fitzroy. And even then, it was only after we caught this boogeyman. This is completely different.
No, it's not. You couldn't have told anyone about this.
I trashed a body. No body, no evidence. No evidence, no DNA, no way to find out who this poor girl was so that I can tell her parents that she's gone. Oh, and just to ice that cake, I lied to my partner.
You didn't have any choice.
You ever lie to me when we were partners?
You were trying to protect her. Do you want to get Kate dragged into this too?
I can't keep playing in your world, Vicky.
Hey, you brought this to me. This is your world too.
It can't be.
Why? Because it's getting too hard to deal with what's actually out there?
No, because it's too easy. If I can't play by the rules, I can't wear the badge. This is your nightmare, Vicky. It's not mine. The bad guys, they're supposed to carry guns. They're not supposed to have fangs and claws. They're not supposed to be able to suck the life force out of somebody so he looks like beef jerky, for crying out loud. I mean, this is insane. I can't keep doing this. I'm a cop.
They really use Eye of Newt?
It's a classic.
We don't have time for spells that need ingredients we'd have to track on eBay.
He got his powers from the god of death. It's not going to be all abracadabra.
What else have you got?
Human sacrifice might work.
Don't tempt me. I haven't seen this many these and thous since I studied Hamlet.
Some of it's a little arcane. What? I don't think so.
Would this do what I think it does?
In theory.
Why didn't you tell me about this? I asked you to show me all the options.
How is this an option? Vicky, it's way too dangerous.
Would you like that I do it myself? Turn myself into a frog?
No, I don't like this. Henry would never agree.
Well, I'm not gonna ask him. All right, prep what we need. Now, I will put these books back before he wakes up.
Where are you, Fitzroy?
Why are you here?
I like your work. The shadows.
I know what you are.
And I know what you are. I've already taken in pieces of you. I like it.
I'm not afraid of you. I can destroy you.
Deep down, you know you can't. You know it's your time.
You're lying. You're using what you found in my brain.
He's not lying. Please just come to him. Make it easy on the rest of us.
You won't hurt her.
Call again, Henry. You know what I can do. Meet me and she lives.
Henry,
I know where he is.
you saw?
He showed me I have to go.
No, you can't.
I don't have a choice. Vicky, you've done enough. I have to do this alone.
Henry, he's a sorcerer.
Who's gonna offer up millions of lives to honor his gods? I have to stop it. This house. This address, you can track it, right?
I will.
Magic Emic underestimates me. I can destroy him. Let's go. Let's go.
Henry!
Let's go.
I'm so sorry. I cannot let him kill you.
Oh my God, you killed him.
He'll heal. You'll heal, right? Oh, Henry, I'm so sorry. I had no choice.
He'll be okay. You can drink my blood as soon as we're done.
You wouldn't.
This is the only way I can save your life.
Then let me die.
No, you don't mean that.
Please. Before it's too late. Please, we can do this together.
Take this offering that we present and change it so it may change. The blood not brushed by daylight. The herbs that thrive on dark.
Corinne, no.
Green? The blood not brushed by daylight. These herbs that thrive on dark.
Vicky, no.
The one that would take will be taken. This I command.
Vicky, no.
You sure this won't turn me into a bloodsucker?
What it will do isn't much better.
Vicky, no.
You bastards want a piece of me? Here it is.
You have no idea what you've done.
Could have knocked.
Knock, knock.
Vicky Nelson, I met you in his dreams. Ham and pineapple?
Nah, pizza this late will just give me nightmares.
The trouble with consuming souls. Pick up their bad habits. Where's Fitzroy?
Now, Henry couldn't make it. He hasn't been sleeping well.
So he sent his concubine?
No one sent me. I want you to take my life instead.
And that's why you brought a weapon?
Thought you might need a little convincing.
It's rare to see such nobility in a mere mortal, and such strength in a woman.
You have been dead a long time.
I sense power in you. Supé will be pleased.
Well, whatever makes Supé happy.
You'll make an excellent meal. Once I have your memories, your friend will be easy to find. What have you done?
I poisoned my life force. You may experience a little indigestion. Henry? Henry? Corinne.
He made it. It worked. He went to feed.
So he's okay?
I offered him my blood. He wouldn't even look at me.
Did you tell him?
He didn't want to hear it.
Okay, we should go. He'll call us when he's ready.
Okay, so if we've got the amulet, then nothing else is missing, right?
Nothing the museum's gonna admit to. But this Newberry guy's gotta be somewhere. You know something I don't?
I'm just not sold that he's gonna show up, that's all.
An anonymous tip.
Call it a hunch. Something tells me our guy is long gone.
Mike. It's over.
You want to take 5?
We've got work to do.
Henry? Did you come by to stab me? Ah, come on, what's a little sword wound between friends?
You crossed the line. I know the ritual you performed, and I know the price. Do you?
Yeah. And it saved your life. And he's dead.
There was another way. Do you truly think my hatred for dark magic is some kind of affectation? You fouled yourself. With my blood. Me. And you brought Corrine into their radar.
What did you want me to do? Did you want me to let him kill you? You know what? Between the spell, the blood, and the marks, I was pretty sure that if I didn't kill him, I'd at least give him one hell of a stomachache.
You made a deal with the devil because you were pretty sure.
I didn't make a deal with the devil.
Who do you think you called with that ritual? Who do you think you owe?
I did what I had to do. Okay, you have saved my life a dozen times, and I told you I would do whatever it took to save yours.
I know. And I wish I could forgive you. Thanks for seeing me, Miss Nelson.
Well, when the headhunter wants to talk to you, how do you say no?
I need to talk to you about my case.
You decapitated a girl. You hit her head, and then you confessed. So unless you want to tell me where you put the head, I don't know what else there is to say.
I never killed that girl.
Right. Then confessing probably wasn't a good idea.
There's more to it.
Look, if you want to appeal your case, you should call your lawyer.
I think you're the only one who might be able to handle this now.
I'm not a cop anymore.
I know. I saw your ad in the newspaper. No case too strange. It's funny how things fall into place.
I'll be a minute. Funny's not exactly the word I'd use.
I'm psychic.
I'm lactose intolerant.
Listen, I confessed because I wasn't able to tell the difference between my own thoughts and my visions. I saw her get killed, but I wasn't there. It wasn't me. I know that now.
How can you be so sure?
The voice in my head. It stopped when I went to jail. A few days ago, it came back. But this time, I know it's not mine.
Inner voices have never been my specialty.
Listen, you don't understand. The killer is gonna strike again. He's already picked his next victim. You don't understand. The killer is gonna strike again. He's already picked his next victim.
Who is she?
I don't know. She'll be pretty. She'll be young. It hasn't happened yet. I can't see it. I can only feel.
Boy, Perkins knew who to pick, didn't he?
He's talking about a murder, Mike. You gonna ignore that?
No, it's the psychic ramblings of a convicted killer that I'm going to ignore.
Whoever he is, he says there's going to be another murder.
No, actually, that one falls under homicides that haven't happened yet. The pre-crime division's down the hall if you're interested.
No, he was saying that the place was familiar, but that he couldn't recognize it. Maybe it's something from the first case.
Vicky, for all we know, he could be orchestrating this whole thing from the inside to make himself look innocent. You know, working with someone on the outside to create some kind of copycat killer situation.
Look, I still have all my notes. You could pull the files. I mean, we know this thing by heart.
Vicky, no. We're not going to start opening up every case we've ever solved trying to pin it on the boogeyman.
The boogeyman? This isn't his M.O. Listen, I seem to know a certain homicide detective who's had several run-ins with the boogeyman lately.
All right. I accept it when it's the truth. You're starting to make it your default explanation for every case that comes your way. Big difference.
No. Look, Sherlock Holmes, when you eliminate all other possibilities, whatever remains, however improbable, is probably the answer.
Okay, how about Occam's razor? The simplest solution tends to be the right one. It's a copycat killer.
Well, whether this is a copycat killer, or he's orchestrating it from prison, or he's psychic, if another girl dies, don't come crying to me.
The suspect pulls a saw from his ulcer?
What? A gun. He pulled a gun from his jacket. How is it that you can perform arcane rituals in dead languages and you can't read my handwriting?
Well, the lost language of Beothuk has nothing on your penmanship.
Still no answer.
He's probably at work.
Yeah, either that or he's making a run for the border.
Vicky, we have an empty black van and a license plate.
No, we have a very roomy black van parked 200 meters from a body dump. I mean, he's got to know something. I mean, he could even be our guy.
Another one of your hunches, huh?
Yeah. Why don't we just swing by his house, have a look around? I mean, if he took her head, maybe he's got it there, some kind of trophy.
No judge is going to give us a search warrant based on what we've got.
Where's your sense of adventure?
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that word because I've been getting all the adventure I can handle lately.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want me to back off?
Oh, no.
Detective Salucci? Detective Nelson?
Yeah, what can we do for you?
My name's Charles Perkins. You left me a few messages.
Yeah, your vehicle was seen near the scene of crime.
It was?
Mm-hmm. Tuesday afternoon, Rosedale Valley Road. You were parked there. How come?
I was there.
Answer the question, Mr. Perkins. What were you doing?
That girl. She was decapitated.
Everyone knows that.
With a sickle. I'm the one you're looking for. I killed that girl.
Have you had any dizzy spells lately?
Dizzy? No.
What about migraines or vertigo?
No and no.
What about you? Any weird dreams, hallucinations, a pervasive sense of dread?
Nothing more than usual.
What about your marks? Have they flared up at all?
You know what? I think you guys have a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, no burning marks. Oh, about a couple days ago, my head did spin around. I spoke in tongues, and I puked up something that looked like pea soup. There's nothing wrong.
But you'll tell me if there is.
Everything's fine, Henry. Everything's gonna be okay.
You can't say that. The ritual you performed was dangerous.
Henry, I don't know what you want me to tell you. All right, I checked, but Hallmark doesn't make a sorry I stabbed you in the gut, drank your vampire blood, and performed a dark magic ritual card. Okay, but I appreciate your concern.
Trust me, My concern is purely selfish.
Great. All right. Well, if you have to be here and do the demon watch thing, then could you at least make yourself useful? 4 years ago, Charles Perkins confessed to a murder. And this morning, he tried to take it back. He says that he confused his psychic visions with reality and convinced himself that he committed the murder.
Convenient.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, he claims that the real killer's gonna strike again. And he knows where the body's gonna be found and that the place looks familiar, but he can't quite put a finger on it.
There's several references in his testimony about dreams of a wooded area near the bridle path. You coming with me?
The victim was found unclothed with no ID. Want to make sure that the backwoods are completely cordoned off. I don't want the press sneaking in on me, okay? Just give me a minute.
We gotta stop meeting like this.
I don't believe you're here.
Wanna touch me? See what I just did there? Because you don't believe, but you...
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. So, is it exactly like I said?
This is a closed crime scene. Nobody's getting through.
Okay. I just want to know if there's a decapitated girl down there. I mean, that's all I'm asking.
You know what's sad, Vic?
The ending of Old Yeller?
Sadder.
No, there's nothing sadder than the ending of Old Yeller.
That you think you can always just stroll in and get whatever it is you want. But you know what? Not this time. There are enough differences for me to believe that the copycat theory is valid. Stay on your side of the police state.
It's a girl.
Is she,
Very. Whoever did it took a souvenir.
Thank you for sparing me another Anne Boleyn reference.
Thank you. Since the news of the murder, I've been inundated with calls from anxious parents of every runaway and missing kid in the city.
You have any idea?
There's no head for dental records, and her fingerprints aren't in the system. It's going to be tough.
Neither Jane Doe.
I'm afraid so.
Do you think this could be the same killer?
I'm still trying to sort that out. Other than a series of hesitation marks on the first body, the similarities are striking.
Similarities, you say? Striking, you say? As though committed by the same killer.
You know what? It's not a nail in the coffin.
There are two murders, virtually identical.
Vicky, it was a high-profile case, okay? Everybody knows that the crime scene photos made their way onto the net, okay? This is a copycat, plain and simple.
Sure, or a killer who's had 4 years to hone his skills.
Oh, would you just
That's
stop
it. Stop.
Why do you...
If you two have something to work out, I'd prefer it if you went elsewhere.
I saw her walking down the street, and I pulled up beside her. We talked for a minute, and...
Then I asked her if she wanted to come to my house to talk some more. She said no. So I took her.
Had you ever seen her before? Gonna need you to answer out loud, please.
No. No, I'd never seen her.
What'd you do after you took her?
Drove to the park. We sat in the back of a van for a little while. And then something told me to slit her throat.
Something?
Someone.
What, like, voice in your head?
Yes, it's exactly.
We need to take a little break. We'll be right back. He's confessing willingly. Why are you leading him to an insanity defense?
What? I'm not leading him anywhere. He's just a little sketchy on some of the details. Plus, there's no physical evidence. There's no blood in the van.
Yeah, but it's normal to have some inconsistencies. We do have him dead to rights on some of the key issues. I mean, his car was at the scene. He knows the type of weapon that was used.
Okay, what if his memories are false? Okay, people do that all the time for notoriety, for fame, for repressed guilt, whatever.
True enough.
Right?
Right.
See, this is what makes us a good team. Am I wrong here?
No, you're not wrong. Okay, we should head back in there, sort this out.
All right.
All right.
I thought you said he confessed willful.
He did. I mean, there were some inconsistencies with his story, but the DA felt we had enough for a case.
Which you supported.
He wasn't insane. That's what you're getting at.
Once again, working with a famed Vicky Nelson hunch theory.
All right, so you think he was guilty and that this is a copycat killer?
I think we need to find out.
There's an idea.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for your time. Warden says Perkins has only had one visitor in the 4 years he's been in prison.
Mom?
No, brother, 3 years ago.
Not a single soul in 3 years?
No phone calls, no emails, nothing.
I don't buy it. I mean, no one goes to prison and gets left alone. Maybe an ex-cellmate helping him on the outside? Setting up the copycat?
No, he's never had any friends. Keeps completely to himself. Guy's practically a leper.
Well, I'd be impressed if Charles and his brother waited this long to carry out the copycat.
Nothing throws off suspicion more than patience. What do you say we go have a talk with the brother?
She was decapitated, wasn't she? You have no idea what it's like to be cursed with something like this.
Police aren't buying your story, Charles. They think you're working with a copycat killer.
But you told them they're wrong.
My only interest is in finding and stopping whoever is committing these murders.
Closed hospital with a janitorial staff.
Government bureaucracy at its finest.
Well, it does look clean.
You're telling me.
This must be the best janitorial job around.
Yes, well, it keeps me busy.
Kelly Perkins, do you remember me?
Oh, I thought you looked familiar. Detective Salucci, am I right?
That's right.
But I see you have a new partner.
Detective Lamb, we'd like to ask you a few questions.
By all means.
Where were you on Thursday night?
Thursday's my book club. Yeah, we were discussing Finnegan's Wake. I hated it. So random and chaotic.
Well, not everything needs to make sense now, does it?
No? Is everything okay?
There's been another murder. Looks a lot like Charles's work.
We think it's the work of a copycat killer. We think Charles might be working with somebody on the outside to make him look innocent.
Well, that's possible, but I can't think of anyone who would do such a horrible thing.
But you visited him in prison.
Just once. It's amazing how far apart two brothers can grow.
What was Charles like as a kid?
Well, he was always the rational one, I suppose. He could always find the balance in every situation. You know, except with Mother.
Ah, she's a doctor, right?
Psychiatrist. You know what they say? Shoemakers' children often go barefoot. Everything we did was over-intellectualized and analyzed to death. But as far as I'm concerned, the past is the past. You know, Charles never agreed.
Do you still talk with your mother?
Well, I don't hold anything against her. But I certainly don't go out of my way to see her.
You think your mother would talk to us about Charles?
You know, you'd have to talk to her.
I might do that. Thanks for your time.
I told you I never killed that girl. You believe me?
Why'd you call me anyway?
Because you were the only one who didn't think I was crazy.
It's not good enough, Charles. I need more to go on.
I told you, I don't...
Charles? Guard! Guard! Charles?
Salucci, he's on the right track.
Salucci's on the right track. What the hell does that mean?
Maybe Detective Salucci is going to identify the killer.
Yeah, or maybe there is a copycat killer.
Would that be so horrible? If Detective Salucci was right.
Okay, you know what? I get it. You're mad at me.
I wouldn't say mad. Appalled, offended, indignant.
Could you at least feign interest then? Henry, please, focus.
I am focused. Everything else is just noise.
You know what? I like noise.
And I'm more interested in results. We need to find out what Detective Salucci has learned.
Well, that might be difficult. He's not exactly talking to me lately.
Why don't I try him?
Yeah, if he's cutting me out, he's not going to talk to you.
Don't be so sure about that.
Yeah, because the two of you have always been so tight.
We seem to have more in common with each passing day.
Yeah, that's just great, Henry.
Rebecca Perkins, doctor of psychiatry. She worked on several high-profile cases for the department back in the 80s.
Yeah, and she's got her record. She used to pilfer supplies from the medicine chest.
Physician, heal thyself. How long was she in jail for?
No, she was out before the ink dried on her fingerprints. Pled out to probation and loss of license. You know, God forbid somebody in this country should actually serve time for their crimes.
It would be a black eye for any prosecutor who won a case using her as an expert witness.
Where's she now?
Forest Hill Village. Runs a small alternative counseling clinic out of her house. How's that possible?
Well, you don't need a license to tell somebody why Daddy doesn't love them anymore. Well, I hope her morning is clear. I suggest we pay her a visit tomorrow.
Meet here, pick me up.
No, I'll grab you.
Oh, promises, promises. Night.
Night, Kate. How long have you been lurking in the shadows?
Long enough to see the Salucci magic in action.
Is there a point to this visit?
Well, I come bearing gifts. Charles Perkins.
No, thanks. I already have one.
Vicky saw him today in the prison. Perkins says you're on the right track.
All right, correct me if I'm wrong, but if somebody who's not psych predicts the future, that's generally called a guess. Am I right?
What is it? This track that you're on.
No, you're unbelievable. I'm not going to tell you that. That's privileged information.
Stop.
Detective Salucci, I asked you a question.
Hello? Mrs. Perkins?
There's nobody here.
Huh, lights are out.
Curious?
You should not have vamped Mike for this information.
Then I guess you don't want to know what Mike said about you.
What did he say about me?
Detective Salucci will only remember my visit as a vague dream.
No, that doesn't make it right.
And you expect me to believe you'd rather not have the advantage.
Yes. It's Kelly, age 10, Charles, 8, Sydney, 6.
Who's Sydney?
He's the youngest brother. It's Charles at 15, Kelly at 17. Sydney at 13?
Sydney's a big boy.
Yeah, no kidding. Somebody ate their Wheaties. Well, hello, Dr. Freud. You know, Rebecca Perkins lost her license years ago. She's clearly been practicing on a more grassroots level. Sydney Perkins. Subject Sydney is developing a resistance to the cocaine and ketamine mixture.
Subject Kelly's isolation coupled with progesterone as a result of
Progesterone? That's a chemical castrator used on sex offenders. Subject Charles is showing moderate improvement after switching him to a Pinodol-based antidepressant.
What is she doing here?
She's torturing her own children. I thought you said no one was here.
Nobody with a heartbeat.
Mrs. Perkins?
Definitely dead.
Hey.
Up until the moment you called, I've been trying to figure out how I could have a dream about Henry Fitzroy that didn't involve a mallet and a stake.
Would you care to have a seat and we can discuss your dream?
He used one of his mind tricks on me to get this address, didn't he?
You'd have to ask Henry about that.
He's your vampire.
No. He is not my vampire. And besides, I honestly don't know what he did.
But you could have guessed.
Look, Mike, you remember Sidney Perkins, the special needs son? I think he's involved in the murder. So can we argue about what Henry did or didn't do after you put an APB out on Sidney?
There's not going to be an after. Officer!
Mike!
Would you escort this woman off my crime scene? If she gives you any grief, just arrest her.
Are you kidding me? Hey.
That was awesome. You and Mike should fight more often because I love the undercover work.
Did you find anything out about that body in Rebecca Perkins' house?
You mean bodies? The body was Rebecca's. The head belonged to someone else. Dr. Mahadavan has ID'd her as Allison Cohen. She's definitely the first victim, DNA match. That should give the parents some kind of closure.
Right, but can we find any link between her and the Perkins boys?
Well, 4 years ago, Allison Cohen lived on Carlton. Weren't the brothers still living with Mommy Dearest?
Yeah, maybe the connection goes back farther than that. Do you have her parents' address? You know, maybe if she's still on the missing persons list, then maybe the family still lives at the same address.
769 Dunvegan Road.
Right, well, the Perkins lived on Heath.
Same area.
So maybe they went to the same school?
Allison Cohen was registered at Sir Wilfrid Laurier Elementary School. So was Sidney. Look at those grades. He wasn't the smartest one in the family, was he?
He wasn't supposed to be.
What do you mean?
These are the good doctor's journals. 4 years ago, she came off like an overprotective mother. She was actually trying to protect the integrity of her experiments.
Her experiments?
Yeah, she was trying to isolate the 3 sections of the personality, the ego, the superego, and the id. She was using her own kids as lab rats.
But why?
She wanted to find a way to control childhood aggression. Thought if she could isolate the id, she could stunt its development.
So that means she created our killer?
Yeah, and that means that Charles Perkins is innocent.
I can sense you're angry. Something's happened, something about the case.
Perceptive, hardly psychic. What do you know about Freud's structural theory of the psyche?
What does that have to do with anything?
Just go with me here for a minute. Because you see, Freud believed that the psyche was divided into 3 sections. The ego, which was the emotional center, the superego, social morality, and id, unconscious desire.
So?
I know about your mother's little experiment. You were supposed to be ego, right? Kelly was superego and Sidney was id.
What she did to Kelly and I was bad enough. But Sidney, I can still hear him screaming at night.
That's because you can hear him screaming at night. I think your mother's experiment did something to you and your brothers. I think she accidentally created a psychic link between you, Sidney, and Kelly.
Look, we may be screwed up, but we're not killers.
That random victim 4 years ago, Allison Cohen, she went to school with Sidney. I think Sidney killed her and you watched the whole thing through his eyes.
You're wrong.
Your mother reduced Sidney's brain to pure appetites and urges. Allison went to school with him. Maybe he saw her.
No!
Sidney is gonna keep killing unless you help me stop him.
I won't trade my freedom for my brother's.
Then you're as guilty as he is. There must be a common thread among Sidney's victims. If we can find that, we can find Sidney.
But if he turned into some kind of id monster, there won't be any pattern.
Killing the mother, I can understand. I mean, after everything she did, I'd almost condone it.
How can you think about this stuff all the time?
Practice. You know what, go home. Get some sleep. And at least one of us will be coherent tomorrow.
Why does motivation matter? They're already dead.
You know what? Your Batman routine's getting a little tired. We need to know why Sidney killed, because then maybe we have a chance of figuring out who his next target is.
If Charles Perkins is 1/3 of a whole person and another third committed the murder, then he's guilty. Case closed.
Geez, you know, I wish it were that simple, but we have procedure for a reason.
This coming from the woman who stole my blood for a magic ritual.
Finally. Okay, you want to talk about this? Great. I was trying to save your life.
I'd rather be dead than see you seduced by dark magic.
Oh, I get it. You're trying to protect me from myself?
No. You're the only one who can do that. I vowed to protect you from evil. I can't protect you from yourself. Good night, Kareem.
I stayed. I thought you might want to talk.
Thanks. Thanks. Because you know what? We really need to find Sidney Perkins.
I could hack into the phone company records, see if he's been in contact with Kelly.
Yeah, except I don't think he needs a telephone to talk to Kelly.
What are you looking for?
Confession. Here we go.
Is it good? Yeah, it's fine, Charles. You did well.
Yeah, I think it's missing something. A motive. Still haven't told us why you killed her, Charles.
Just 'cause.
Just 'cause. You can't even look me in the eye and you expect me to believe you had the balls to do that. I think he's making it up.
Who killed her, Charles?
I did.
Why?
Because I wanted to! She created awful urges in me. I had to stop.
Looks like he has some issues.
I think these boys have a lot of issues. Here's one talking about his urges, right? And then here's another judging him for it. Sidney Perkins didn't act alone.
All right, if he does make contact with you, I want to make sure that you call me right away. Excuse me. I'll be right back. No, I don't want to hear it. Not
Mike,
today.
I gotta talk to you about Sidney Perkins.
No.
Do you have news about my brother?
Kelly?
Miss Nelson. It's been a long time.
Sure has.
Hey, I'm kicking you out, remember?
What is he doing here?
We hit pay dirt at the shrink's house. We got the murder weapon, we got fingerprints. Now all we have to do is find Sidney.
No, Sidney's not the killer. Look, he sort of is the killer, but so is Kelly. The two of them are involved. They've been in contact.
What, with his own psychic powers?
It's more complicated than that.
Oh, of course it is.
Mike, their psycho shrink mother did experiments on them.
So what is it? It's mad science now?
No, we're talking that somehow these guys have ended up with some symbiotic psychic link, all right? Kelly is involved.
I have vetted his alibi. He's in the clear, okay? Drop it.
realize you're trespassing?
Stay back, Kelly.
Kelly, I'm Sydney. Now let's kill her. Not yet. We need to find out what she knows first. I apologize for my brother. He's a little rude.
Well, you could always make it up to me by letting me go.
No. See, that's not going to be possible.
So, how'd you kill that big old brother of yours, huh? Clearly not brute strength.
Oh, look at you trying to goad me into making a mistake. Nice try. But I have no ego to bruise. Yet.
See, Sidney's not dead. He's in here with me now. I'll get on with it! Don't interrupt me!
See, we can't be 3. We can't be 2. We need to be 1. Reintegration is the only way.
That's why you started killing again then, right? So you could cast doubt on your brother's conviction? Get him released so you could reintegrate him.
Stop.
Guess he didn't count on being caught.
Now, who says you caught us?
Do something, Sydney!
He confessed. It's good work.
What was that about, keeping things out of the workplace?
See, that's why we need to take this paperwork home. Finish it there.
Does that mean I'm gonna have to close the case every time I want to?
No. You gotta admit, it doesn't hurt.
Still, there's just something about this case, you know?
Yeah, it's okay. My hunch paid off. We got the right guy.
No, you see, you smile now. But 4 years from now, killer's gonna have you dead to rights. You're gonna be all alone in that asylum. This is it. Your hunches are finally gonna get you killed.
No, my hunches are what keep me alive.
You never would listen. You always had to do it your own way.
Yeah. Because you were always there to pull me back.
I'm not here now. Not feeling well?
Someone took a round at me.
Poor baby. Vicki Nelson came to see me. Told me quite a story about you.
Can't make you believe anything you don't want.
You're not psychic, Charles. Using the copycat killer as an excuse to get out of prison or using Vicki to obfuscate the investigation. I mean, come on, admit it.
I won't lie to make you happy.
People are dead and all you care about is yourself.
I'm in prison because of a murder someone else committed. Because I thought I was guilty. Sydney's gonna kill again. I can feel it.
Really? And when would that be?
Very soon. Kelly's with him. So is
who?
Miss Nelson.
Vicki.
Can you afford not to believe me?
Detective Salucci.
Vicky may be in danger.
I'd be more surprised if she wasn't.
I'm an hour and a half outside of the city. Are you going to help or not?
Where is she?
Try the Riverview Institute for Children. 450 Carswell. Kelly Perkins is the resident caretaker.
I never realized until now, Detective, but we have something in common. She drives us both insane.
Consistently. One more thing, Fitzroy. Don't ever try to get in my head again.
Trust me, Detective. That's the last place I'd want to be.
You better get on your psychic friend hotline and buy her some time.
He's shutting me out.
No, for you're linked to your brothers, right? It's what you feel, they feel, right? And vice versa?
Oh, stay out of this, Charles. Harder. Harder! Cindy! Tell her! Vicky!
See, I told you I could do this myself.
We need to get you out of here.
Yeah. Hey, I am really sorry about the whole drinking your blood, dark magic ritual thing. Really.
Apology accepted.
God, I can't keep doing this.
Neither can I.
Where are my glasses?
I'm sure you'll have another pair.
They're both dead.
Kelly poisoned Sydney a couple days ago. And when he committed the murder, it caused a psychotic break, resulting in a split personality.
Kelly and Sydney became one.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
What happens now?
Evidence that the Institute will exonerate you in Alison Cohen's murder. You'll be released.
So I'm free.
Not right away, but soon.
Thank you, Miss Nelson.
Hey, Charles, I just have one question. If Kelly felt the beating Salucci gave you, how come you didn't know when Sydney was dead?
Because Sydney didn't die. He integrated with Kelly. Goodbye, Detective.
Catch you later, boys.